Hello, class. Welcome to CCT 121. My name is Jason Lenz, and I'll be your instructor for this course. I'm a part-time adjunct instructor, so a lot of times I won't be able to get to answering emails till later in the evening, so just bear with me on that. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I tend to check the email at least twice a day, so hopefully I'll catch your email one of those times, and I'll get back. Is about computer crime investigations. A little bit of my background. I've actually trained FBI agents, local police departments on forensics, and we're going to touch on some forensics in this course. I have a lot of forensic certification, GIAC, a lot of industry software credentials that we might read about, Axiom, Magnet Axiom, FTK, Encase, and so forth. We'll be using open source tools in this particular course. Autopsy is one of them that will show up. But if you ever go to court, you'll want to have the commercial industry approved software. So I just want to say welcome to the course. Obviously, I don't since I'm not full time, I don't have office hours or any kind of real meeting times. But if you have problems, email me, and if we get to a situation where we really need to meet, we can make a virtual meeting, and we can meet up and discuss whatever issues you're having, and I can try to help you out. I'm here to help you learn, so I like to try to get you to be successful, and so hopefully all that will work out well. Here is any announcements I'll make. Make sure you check the announcements. They should get emailed to you, but make sure you check those out in case I make any changes to anything going on. I'll make sure to note it. Here's the syllabus. I'll go through that in a minute. Um, Make sure you do your EVA quiz. That's due by the 27th. They ask some questions based on the syllabus. Some of those questions aren't actually relative to our course when I look through them. So just answer however you want. All honesty, it doesn't really matter what the score is here. They just need you to do it, so so basically it counts as you attending the course. This was week 1. We have 2 weeks to do that. If you'll look through here, I'd like for you to get your introductions done by the 24th. That way, that's a simple task that gets something done in the first week, and then your main assignments aren't due till the 31st. I know some of you have gotten into the course. If you actually click on the assignment, it shows this key that you wanted to link and what you do in the course, and I can reset things. If you have any major issues, you can always screenshot, and they don't really have anywhere to submit anything here, but you can always email it to me if there's something strange, where I can fix it so you can do some submissions if need be. Actually, might be able to do it here, but the main thing is to just try to enjoy the course and learn through it. I'm not here to get in your way from your learning. I'm here to support your learning, and I'll do my best to help you learn along the way. Just bear with me as we get this situation a little bit situated on the course. They didn't give me access until basically right before the semester started, and they didn't copy the shell over in time. So trying to get things fixed once we're live is a little bit trickier, but I think everything's good to go on that end. Just make sure that you stick with the content. You're able to hang in there with the due dates. I will take late work, but I try not to fall too far behind because it can just snowball to where you end up getting really, really, really far behind. So just try to stay on target so we can have a good semester. But you got 2 weeks, so a lot of this work is not due till the 31st. That gives us time to try to iron out any problems that you're encountering along the way with the course or in MindTap, any issues going on. Here's some links for some learning, some extra learning, so click on those and read those. And then I haven't opened yet, but we see our next week won't start till September the 2nd, so you got a lot of time to kind of settle in, make sure things are working, for us to iron out any problems going on so we can get in a good position to be successful in this course. I want to see you succeed. And always feel free to reach out to me. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you have any questions, cybersecurity related, forensics related, as we go through this course, feel free to reach out. From the syllabus standpoint, this is the syllabus. Again, make sure that since the date your EVA is done by the 27th. If you need to email me, here's my email, jlands at Bladen in cc.edu. Little course description, some of our objectives we hope to learn through there. Well, you do have a last drop day here, would be the breakdown of the grading scale and how that works out. Discussions are 10% of the grade, the labs are 50%, the quizzes are 20%, any projects will count for 10%, and the final exam will be 10%. There's a few projects in the course to kind of do. It's a good little mix there. The key thing is if you do well in your labs, which you should be able to get pretty good score, if not perfect in all the labs, you're very well to being successful in this course. The labs is where you learn. That's where you apply your hands-on knowledge, and those are good to do well in. I tried to put in a week of how the weeks are going to go, giving you an idea of what we're going to cover in the book as you move forward. And you notice if you look into the book, although my weeks are not open yet, we will go through that whole book and that chapter. So you can work ahead once you're in Cengage if you like. You do have that option to work ahead, and then I'll catch it up when I do grading on the other side when I open those chapters. Or you just go along with how the course works out. No need to overwork yourself. The idea is to learn and have a successful learning situation. We're using Cengage, so if you log into Cengage, I'm not sure how it'll look for you when you log in. I'm not sure if this course had LMS integration in the past, but I don't have it set up that way just because there wasn't time to get it fixed before the class started, and it's usually not a good idea to do it once the class starts. So that's one reason I work in MindTap, and I'll pull the grades over out of MindTap. When you log into Cengage, these are your chapters to go through and work on it. The one thing I'll say when you're doing the labs, here's your labs here. Make sure that you have your pop-offs cut off so these move up. These labs will pop up, so it'll kind of take a minute to load. Check your assessment here. Make sure you have your ad blockers if these things installed. And most browsers will have ad blockers, so there's a good chance you need to disable that ad blocker or allow this particular website through your ad blocker. You'll hit your start assignment. It'll take a little second here to load up. It'll come in, it'll give you, if you started something, you'll have this message come up where you can start or restart it. I'll hit continue. It gives a description of what you're going to do, and you can just go through connecting, open up these machines. It'll tell you to screenshot what you need, and if I feel like I need something different from you, I will let you know for you to turn in. Otherwise, you go through the lab, doing what it asks, taking screenshots where it tells you to take screenshots. And this is there's none in this one. It says keep it going on, and you just go through these steps as you do your labs. You notice these are all hands-on labs. Your PCs up here, they're different ones. You can enable these and start these when you come on. Power on will cut them on, and you just go through this lab. I think you can stop it and pick it back up as you go through it. Try to follow along with what's going on here. And it should be pretty successful. It should be pretty simple. Make sure, though, your ad blocker is disabled so that these screens open up. If you have a Macintosh or Chromebook, there's always a possibility that may not like the browser. So if you're having issues, I'd make sure your pop-up blocker, ad blockers are off. Try a different browser, Firefox, Google, Edge, whatever it may be. Try a different browser, DuckDuckGo even, to see if that gives you the same result as you were getting. Otherwise, I would just try to do that. And then if you can't seem to get it to work, let me know, and we can see if we can come up with some other ideas on how we can help get these machines running if you're running those issues. But the odds are going to be it's either browser related, your computer related, or it could even be sometimes their system could be down, so if you get some response like their system's down, just give it a little bit of time and go back and try it again, just to make sure everything's working there. And outside of that, it should be pretty straightforward when you do the labs and then you finish them. and you will end up going through all this content. So you know you can work ahead in that. I highly suggest to read through everything. Do your application. Here's your quiz. I would read up on any of this news to stay current on top of things, especially if you have an interest in this area. The way I look at this is you're here to learn because this is where you want to have a career. So it's not so much hurry up and get the grade and move on to the next assignment. You want to learn, and learning means you need to build a foundation so that when you go to that job, we'll understand what they're talking about. So I look forward to having a good semester. If you have questions, feel free to reach out, and we'll see you soon.